Hey everyone, today we're diving into clever, time-saving gardening hacks that'll have you thinking, why didn't I think of that? Whether you're a seasoned green thumb or just starting out, these tips are all about making gardening more joyful and manageable. So grab your gardening gloves and your favorite sun hat because we're about to unlock a world of gardening secrets that'll have your plants thriving like never before. Let's get our hands dirty. This first hack is all about giving kitchen scraps a second life. Eggshells are like a secret weapon for strong stems and healthy plants. Just crush them up and sprinkle them around your plants. They're loaded with calcium, which is essential for growth. And those banana peels? They're like a magic potion for your garden. Just bury a peel or two near your tomato plants and watch them flourish. And lastly, don't even think about throwing away those coffee grounds. They're like a gourmet treat for your soil, adding nutrients and improving drainage. Living in a smaller space doesn't mean you can't have a flourishing garden. That's where the magic of vertical gardening comes in. It's all about thinking outside the traditional garden bed and utilizing walls, fences, or even just a sunny corner. Think cascading herbs in hanging baskets, vibrant strawberries tumbling from a tiered planter, or even a lush wall of leafy greens. Vertical gardening is perfect for small balconies, patios, or even just adding some greenery to a blank wall, and the best part? It's surprisingly easy to set up. You can find vertical planters online or get creative and repurpose old pallets, shelves, or even shoe organizers. Now, let's talk about a gardening method that's close to my heart: no-dig gardening. This method is a game changer, especially if you're all about working smarter, not harder, in the garden. The idea is simple. Instead of tilling or digging up your soil, you're going to create layers of nutrient-rich goodness that'll have your plants thriving. Start with a layer of cardboard right on top of your existing grass or weeds. This will help smother them out naturally. Next, add a thick layer of compost, followed by a layer of mulch like straw or wood chips. Watering is one of those things that seems so simple, but it can make or break your gardening success. Overwatering can lead to root rot, while underwatering can leave your plants wilting and sad. But don't worry, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve to take the guesswork out of watering. First things first, always check the soil before you water. Stick your finger about an inch into the soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. Now, when you do water, make sure you're watering deeply and slowly. And here's a little secret. Consider investing in a soaker hose or drip irrigation system. Have you ever heard of growing tomatoes and peppers upside down? It's a great way to save space, prevent soil-borne diseases, and even get a bigger harvest. Plus, it's a fun conversation starter when guests see your plants hanging upside down. You can find special upside-down planters online or at garden centers, but you can also get creative and make your own using recycled buckets or containers. Just make sure to start with a sturdy container, cut a hole in the bottom for your plant to poke through, and use a good quality potting mix. Now let's talk about those pesky critters that love to munch on our gardens just as much as we do. These uninvited guests can wreak havoc on our precious plants, but don't worry, there are safe and effective ways to manage them. Before you reach for harsh chemicals, let's explore some natural ways to keep those bugs at bay. Not only are these methods safer for you and your family, but they also help maintain a healthy ecosystem in your garden. One of my favorite methods is companion planting. This technique involves growing certain plants together to enhance each other's growth and protect against pests. Certain plants like marigolds, basil, and lavender naturally repel pests while attracting beneficial insects that help keep the bad guys in check. These beneficial insects act as natural predators to the pests, creating a balanced environment. Another trick is to create a DIY garlic spray. This simple solution can be made with just a few ingredients you probably already have in your kitchen. Garlic is a natural insect repellent, and it's super easy to make a spray at home. Just blend some garlic cloves with water, strain the mixture, and you're ready to go. And if you're dealing with aphids or other small insects, a simple blast of water from the hose can often dislodge them. This method is quick, easy, and doesn't require any special equipment. There's nothing quite as exciting as watching those first little seedlings pop up in the garden, but sometimes it feels like we're waiting forever for those seeds to germinate. It can be frustrating, especially when you're eager to see your garden come to life. Well, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve to help speed up the process and get your seeds growing in no time. These methods are simple yet effective, and they can make a big difference. One method I love is called seed starting. It's a great way to give your seeds a head start. Before you sow your seeds directly into the garden, take a moment to prepare them properly. Give them a head start by starting them indoors in seed trays or small pots. This way, you can control the environment and ensure they get the best start possible. This gives them a controlled environment to germinate and develop a strong root system before they're exposed to the elements. A strong root system is crucial for healthy plants. Another trick is to soak your seeds in water for a few hours or overnight before planting. This helps to soften the seed coat and can speed up the germination process significantly. Remember those kitchen scraps we talked about earlier? Well, it turns out they're not just good for composting. You can also use them to make your own free plant food. One of my favorite concoctions is banana peel tea. Simply soak a few banana peels in water for a few days, then strain the liquid and use it to water your plants. Eggshells also make a fantastic fertilizer. Just crush them into a powder and sprinkle them around your plants for a boost of calcium. And don't forget about that used coffee grounds. They're rich in nitrogen, which is essential for leafy green growth. Giving your climbing plants a sturdy support system is key for healthy growth and a bountiful harvest. And while you can always buy pre-made trellises, why not add a touch of DIY charm to your garden by making your own? One of the easiest and most versatile materials to use is bamboo stakes. They're lightweight, affordable, and you can easily create teepees, arches, or even simple trellises by lashing them together with twine or zip ties. Another option is to repurpose old ladders, pallets, or even chicken wire to create unique and functional trellises. Just because you don't have a backyard doesn't mean you can't enjoy the taste of fresh herbs in your cooking all year round. Creating an indoor herb garden is easier than you might think, and it's a wonderful way to bring a touch of the outdoors inside. The key is to choose herbs that thrive in indoor conditions, such as basil, parsley, chives, and mint. Make sure you choose a bright spot near a window that gets at least 6 hours of sunlight per day. Use well-draining potting mix and containers with drainage holes to prevent your herbs from becoming waterlogged. Get ready to be amazed by the magic of regrowing vegetables from scraps. It's like getting free food from your kitchen, and it's a fun way to teach kids about where their food comes from. One of the easiest vegetables to regrow is lettuce. Simply take the bottom inch or two of a head of lettuce, place it in a shallow dish of water, and watch as new leaves sprout from the center. You can also regrow green onions, celery, and even ginger using this method. For root vegetables like carrots and beets, save the tops and place them in a shallow dish of water. Mulch is like a magic blanket for your garden beds, helping to retain moisture, suppress weeds, and regulate soil temperature. Plus, it adds a neat and tidy look to your garden. There are so many different types of mulch to choose from, including wood chips, straw, shredded bark, and even cocoa shells. When applying mulch, aim for a layer about 2 to 3 inches deep, being careful not to pile it up against the stems of your plants. Want to attract more pollinators to your garden and enjoy a more bountiful harvest? Planting a variety of colorful, nectar-rich flowers is like rolling out the welcome mat for bees, butterflies, and other beneficial insects. Some of my favorite pollinator-friendly flowers include lavender, sunflowers, zinnias, and coneflowers. These cheerful blooms will add beauty to your garden while providing a valuable food source for pollinators. Another way to attract pollinators is to provide them with a water source, such as a shallow dish of water with stones or a bird bath. Composting is like the ultimate act of recycling, transforming kitchen scraps and yard waste into nutrient-rich black gold for your garden. And it's easier than you might think. You can choose from a variety of composting methods, from simple backyard piles to convenient composting tumblers. The key is to maintain a balance of green materials such as fruit and vegetable scraps, coffee grounds and grass clippings, and brown materials such as dried leaves, shredded paper, and cardboard. Keep your compost pile moist, turn it regularly to provide aeration, and before you know it, you'll have rich, crumbly compost to nourish your garden. There's nothing quite as satisfying as harvesting your own homegrown vegetables, and knowing when to pick them at their peak of freshness is key for the best flavor and nutrition. For leafy greens like lettuce and spinach, harvest outer leaves as needed, allowing the inner leaves to continue growing. Tomatoes are best picked when they've reached their full color and size, while cucumbers are crispier and less bitter when harvested before they get too big. Root vegetables like carrots and potatoes are ready to harvest when the tops start to die back. Well, there you have it, friends. 15 genius gardening hacks that I hope will make your gardening journey a little bit easier, a little bit more fun, and a whole lot more rewarding. Gardening is not just a hobby, it's a way to connect with nature and bring beauty into your life. Remember, gardening is all about experimentation, so don't be afraid to try new things, mix different plants, and see what unique combinations you can come up with. Adapt these tips to your own unique space, and see what works best for you. Every garden is different, and that's what makes each one special. Now I want to hear from you. Which gardening hack are you most excited to try out in your own garden? Is it the DIY compost bin, the homemade plant food, or perhaps the creative planter ideas? Let me know in the comments below. I love hearing from you. Your feedback and experiences help us all grow as a community of gardeners. Happy gardening. Which gardening hack will you try first? Will it be the water-saving techniques or the pest control tips? Comment below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more gardening tips. Your support helps us bring you more valuable content.